Hey, welcome back to my channel, Just Doing Great Things. Well, it's the weekend again. It's the opportunity to cook a little stuff at the house. I decided to do some pulled pork because number one, it's tasty. Number two, it's tasty. So I've decided to do some pulled pork, and while I was doing that and taking care of that, I got to thinking, you know what? I should do my version of the triple pork sandwich that I got at the barbecue place in Silver Dollar City. Theirs is good. I've obviously purchased it the last 2 or 3 times I've been there. I enjoy it. I think it can be done better, and so I'm going to give it my best shot, see what I can do with it. I believe they used pulled pork on their sandwich with smoked sausage, a round smoked sausage cut in half, which to me wasn't an efficient use of the smoked sausage. And then they had candied bacon jam or something on it, and that was their version of the triple pork sandwich. My version, of course, is going to have pulled pork, and I'm going to use smoked sausage, and I'm going to cut it up in slices so that has better coverage over the entire sandwich. And then, of course, I'm going to use some Wright's Applewood smoked bacon on top. Put a little bit of barbecue sauce on the bottom and top bun. Use a brioche bun, and there we go. That's my version of the triple pork sandwich from Silver Dollar City. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, and I will tell you, it was very good. Make it yourself. That's what this is all about. So once again, thank you for tuning in to my channel. Please like and subscribe, and maybe I can grow this channel. Thanks. All right, we're going to prepare the pork butt, and I'm going to use this Drip Ease barbecue prep tub that I got for Christmas, and we will use this to rub up the butt before we put it on the smoke. I went to Sam's, got a decent sized pork butt, and I'm gonna open this up inside of the prep tub. The great thing about this prep tub is it keeps everything confined to this one area. Otherwise, that's probably correct. I could have this strewn from one end of the house to the other. Now I am going to trim this butt up a little bit. I want the seasoning to get all the way to the meat. It's the seasoning is not going to work its way through this fat, and it's going to be plenty moist without all this fat on it. So I'm going to trim some of the fat on. Of course, I'm going to leave some of the fat on. But a pork shoulder, it has a lot of marbling in it, so I'm not going to lose moisture if I trim some of this fat off. Now, I will say that my knife skills are lacking. I've said that before, and it's true. But I'm going to trim it up a little bit and, get some of the big chunks of fat off of here. And, if you're as poorly skilled at using a knife as I am, be careful. Keep all your digits. All right, I've got this trimmed up about as much as it needs to be. So I'm going to put a very, very thin layer of mustard on here so that the rub will stick very well to the butt. Do I always put mustard on here? Yes and no. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's up to you. If you don't want to use a binder, that's fine. But in this case, I used a binder, and that binder is going to be mustard. All right, today I'm going to be using what is called the Georgia pork butt rub that I got in my barbecue box from barbecuebox.com. I got it once again. It's another Christmas gift, and I love it. And every month I get a little box of stuff, and this month it was a butt rub. So I'm going to put it on there, put a good dose on there, make sure you get the sides, the top, bottom, and everything else, the ends. And, be generous. I mean, you're going to create a real nice bark with this, and it's going to add tons and tons of flavor. So I'm going to put a pretty good dose on here, and then we're going to get this thing to smoking. Today I'm going to use this electric smoker. I know a lot of people don't think very highly of electric smokers. I'm telling you one thing, if you want to do one at night, set it and forget it. Make sure it has water in it so it doesn't dry everything out. And right before I go to bed, I'm probably going to come out here and make sure it's put in a pan and wrapped up in foil, and it should be good to go. And I can let it sit there all night long, do its thing, and in the morning when it hits temp, I'll take it off. Today we're going to alternate for the first 2 hours hickory wood chips and apple wood chips, and then I just like the blend of the two, so I'll go back and forth putting one or the other into the little hopper. All right, the smoker has been brought up to temp. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there. I've got it set on 230, and it's gonna smoke all night. All right, and this is the point in time where we're gonna put the pork butt in there. I apologize for the sound on this one, but this is about the time that one of the people in the neighborhood decided to fire up a very loud vehicle and rev the engine and be all that in a bag of chips. So I had to, this is where I'm at. So what I'm doing here is this has a little hopper in which you add chips, wood chips to it. I'm going to start out with hickory chips, put them in first, and then I'm just going to alternate back and forth about every 20, 25, 30 minutes with hickory and apple. And I'm going to do this for about 3 hours, and it's going to give the meat all the smoke that it needs to have good flavor. When you take it out of there, it's going to smell fantastic. Like I said earlier, that a lot of people don't like these electric smokers, but man, they are fantastic, and they get great smoke on them. And that's the whole point of a smoker, is to apply smoke to the meat and to enhance the flavor. So, anytime I hear somebody talk bad about an electric smoker, well, sorry, I don't get it. So, anyhow, that's my story. I'm sticking. I've got this Pit Boss set on about 350, and all we're going to try to do is warm this up, get a little color on it. It shouldn't take long to get this colored up and cooked a little bit, and when it's done, we will take it off and make it ready for the sandwich we're making. All right, we've got two of the components done, the pork butt, the smoked pork butt, and the smoked sausage. Now we need the third component, and in this case it's going to be Wright's Applewood smoked bacon. I'm going to cook it inside. I apologize for the ugliness of the cardboard box underneath the griddle, but I found out that keeps grease from going all over America. And whatever it takes to make it a little bit easier to clean up, that's what I'm going to do. So I keep all my flats from soft drinks that I buy, and I spread them out underneath this griddle so grease isn't such a problem. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to cook this bacon. The bacon is almost done, and we're getting close to where we want to put together these sandwiches. So I'm going to take the smoked sausage that we actually grilled earlier, and I'm going to put them on the griddle and get them warmed up so they'll be ready. And I will do the same thing to the pork butt. All right, the smoked sausage is just about warmed up, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off and set it over there on my napkin so it can drain a little bit. And now it's time to get the bun and go ahead and get a little toast on the bun. All right, some of the bacon's about done, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off also and let it drain on the napkin. Try to get that grease off of there. Now let's get the pulled pork warmed up also. Now folks, I hope you saw that I did not get rid of the bacon grease that was on this griddle. I left the bacon grease on it, and I highly recommend that anytime you are warming up pulled pork, uh, put some bacon grease on your griddle or in your pan, and let me tell you, it's next level. You get, I mean, bacon flavor on anything is almost fantastic. So I would highly recommend warming up your pulled pork by using bacon grease. All right, the bun is toasted, so it's time to take it off, and we'll set it off to the side also. All right, the pulled pork's about done, so we're going to go ahead and take it off. And then we should be able to build us a sandwich. All right, now it's time to build a sandwich. Let's start with the bun. And on that bun, I'm going to put a little bit of Head Country barbecue sauce. Now, I like Head Country because it's not too sweet. I'm not going to put just an excessive amount on there, just a little bit on each bun. And on top of that, of course, we're going to go with our pulled pork first. Now I'm going to try to spread this around to the entire edge of the bun. Put a good helping on there. I mean, if you're going to eat a pulled pork sandwich or any kind of sandwich, you want to have plenty of what you're eating. On top of the pulled pork is going to go the smoked sausage. I've got thin slices of smoked sausage, and it's going to cover the entire sandwich. And on top of that, of course, I'm going to put 3 slices of bacon, and it will give complete coverage of the entire sandwich. That's the whole point of this, is to cover the whole sandwich. I'll put a little bit more of the barbecue sauce on there, and then we will go with the top bun, and there it is.